Hey guys, it's Mr. Gunkel. Today I'm going to lead you guys through some fun activities and we're going to practice tossing, catching, and dribbling. For these activities, all you're going to need is a ball that can dribble. So I have a couple different balls. I have a soccer ball, a little rubber ball, a tennis ball, a spike ball. You could use a basketball. You just need to make sure that it can bounce. Before we start talking about anything, you need to make sure you got plenty of space around you to move and you're not going to hit anything. Make sure you got space above you so you can toss the ball in the air. Just overall, make sure you're not by anything that can break. Also, for later in the activity, you want to be by a wall that you can throw your ball off of. It might be best to be outside for this activity. Before we get to the activities, I just want to go through and talk about tossing, catching, and dribbling. So I'm going to start with tossing. A couple important things for tossing is that you want to make sure you're using your fingertips. You see how it's not touching my palm? Just like this. If it's on our palm, it's not going to be stable. It's going to be rolling around when we're tossing. So we want it to be on our fingertips, just like this. You also want your hand under the ball if we're tossing the ball up in the air. So when we're tossing the ball up in the air, we want to bring the ball down and then quickly bring it up. Go ahead and try this with me. You don't have to catch it. You can let it hit the ground and grab it. So remember, fingertips, bring it down, up, down, up. If we're tossing the ball forward, we're not bringing it so much down as we're bringing it back a little bit. So same thing, fingertips, you bring it back. And another important thing is we're stepping with our opposite foot. So when we're tossing it forward, step with our left foot if we're using our right hand, or our right foot if we're using our left hand. So we're swinging the ball back and then forward. Just like that. You can go ahead and practice. You could throw it off a wall if you want. That might be better. Just to practice throwing it forward instead of throwing it up, tossing rather. All right, the next skill I want to talk about is catching. When we're catching, another important thing similar to tossing is we want to use our fingertips. That's actually going to be for all of these skills. Another thing is you want to act like you're catching an egg. So you want to be soft when you catch. See how I go down with the ball? Just like that. You can go ahead and practice. You don't want to be hard or use your palm, because if you do that, the egg's going to break, right? And you're most likely not going to catch the ball. So you want to make sure you're soft, use your fingertips. Also, you want to keep your eye on the ball the whole time. Watch it all the way into your hands. You can go ahead and practice that. All right, the last skill I'm going to talk about before we get to our activities is dribbling. So when we're dribbling, just like everything else, we want to use our fingertips. We don't want to use our palms. When we start dribbling, you could do it with one hand or two hands just right now while you're following along. We want to push the ball into the ground, just like that. Another thing is when we go for our second one, we don't want to slap at it, right? We want to just guide the ball back to the ground. We don't want to, right? That's going to get out of control. You're not going to be able to dribble it that many times. So what you want to do is you want to let the ball come back up and then just push it back down. Just guide it back down. You can do it with both hands too. It's important to let the ball come up, because if you don't, it's gonna get really low. It's gonna be hard for you to dribble. You don't want to go down and stop it. You want to let the ball come back up. And we're just pushing the ball into the ground. Just like catching, you want to make sure you keep your eye on the ball. Just for right now while you practice. Alrighty, now we're getting into our activities. You can go ahead and follow along with me. Also, if you do have multiple balls, like I have a tennis ball also, you can go ahead and put that next to you and you can try the activities with both different balls. The smaller the ball is, the harder it will be to do all the catching, dribbling, and tossing. The bigger it is, the easier it will be for you. All right, here we go. You can follow along with me. You can always pause the video and try one activity longer than the other ones. Just bounce the ball and catch it. Make sure right now you're catching it with two hands. Try throwing it on the ground with a different hand. Now try catching it low. Catch it low. Now try to catch it high. You're going to push the ball harder into the ground. Catch it high. Now you can do that. Try catching it with one hand. You can do one hand low or one hand high. Remember, be soft. It's like an egg. All right, our next activity we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of the bounce. So we're just gonna toss the ball in the air and catch it. Start with low throws, low tosses. Remember, down, up, soft, use our fingertips. Try and get higher. Try catching it with one hand. With the other hand. All right, now try tossing it with one hand and catching it with the other, and just try and go back and forth. Remember, be soft. Keep your eye on the ball the whole time. All right, now you can go ahead and throw it up. Try and clap once. Now two. You can keep going up. See how many claps you can get. Oh. Try and catch it low. You can get more claps in. Oh, that was 7 again. What did you do? See how many claps you can get. All right, for our next activity, now you're gonna need a wall, and we're gonna be tossing the ball forward. So first thing, toss it forward, let it bounce, catch it with two hands. Try a low one. Try a high toss. Remember, we're stepping with our opposite foot. Soft hands, like you're catching an egg. Eye on the ball the whole time. Now try catching it with one hand. The other hand. Try switching hands like I'm doing. Try throwing it, turning around, catching it. You can also do the claps again. Now, scoot a little closer, especially if you're inside, you don't want to throw the ball too hard off your wall. Scoot a little closer. Try it without the bounce now. Just catch it right off the wall. Remember, two hands first, just to start. Now one hand. All right, now we're gonna move on to dribbling. We're gonna start with two hands. Just see how many we can do in a row. Remember, don't go down and stop it. We wanna let it come up to us and just guide it back to the ground. Keep your eye on the ball for right now. Try dribbling it lower. We're not pushing it as hard. We're going a little quicker though. Now try dribbling it higher. Pushing the ball harder into the ground. All right, now switch to one hand. See how many you can get in a row. Now try low. Low one hand. Try high one hand. Try and get it above your head. See how high you can get it. All right, now if you want, you can switch to your other hand. Start with a normal dribble. Go low again. See how low you can get. Remember, use your fingertips. This will be a lot easier. Now go back up high. How high can you get it? All right, now you're gonna try dribbling while moving around the space. So first, I'm just gonna walk forward in a straight line and then go backwards. When we're dribbling it forward, we wanna push the ball. We're not pushing it straight down because it'll get behind us. We want to make sure we push it forward a little bit. Now try a zigzag pattern like a Z. Zig. And you can always just do this with two hands. Right, next one is going to be curved like a snake. You can try both hands. You could do both hands. Or try the other one. Now if you have more space, a little more space than I do, you can try moving faster. Another thing you could do is change how high you're dribbling the ball. So we can go forward, low. You can go walking, you can go, or you can go fast. Or we could dribble it high. Just try and move around as many different ways as you can. All right, guys, I just want to say if you're struggling right now, don't worry about it. You can just go back to the beginning of the video where I gave all the cues, and you can just practice the basics. You're gonna wanna make sure you're focusing on two-hand catching, throwing it with your strong hand, whatever hand you write with. Also dribbling with your strong hand, whichever hand you write with. Also, remember, the bigger the ball is, the easier it'll be for you guys for right now. All right, if you followed along with the whole video and it was just a little too easy for you and you want more of a challenge, remember, don't keep using the same big ball. You can go ahead and switch to a smaller ball. That'll be a little harder for you. Another thing you could do is try and do some of these activities with two balls. Like you could throw up and catch it with different hands. Or you could just do this. Another thing, you could add spins, you could add claps to anything. I'm sure you guys can come up with some great tricks. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you had a lot of fun and improved your dribbling, catching, and tossing. Don't forget, you can always come up with different tricks for any of these activities. If you do come up with something you like, or you just want to take a video of anything, you can take a video, send that to your PE teacher. I'm sure they'd love to see you practicing and being active. All right, have a good day.